Here we go. Here we go. Victory Formation Podcast. I'm Prescott, and that's Cool Mo D over there.
Cool.
Say what's up to the
Cool
people.
Mo D. Man, you're aging us. Man, some of these listeners might know who Cool Mo D is, but
And like,
none
who
of these
is
kids
that?
do.
Who is that, man?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the #1 Dallas Cowboy podcast in the nation,
That's
in our
what's
hearts.
up. Yeah, man. We had to wait until the schedule dropped. Normally we record on the day before the schedule drops, but we was like, you know what? Let's hold it for a day so we can drop it and give our predictions, say what we like about the schedule, say what we think. Is this a legit schedule? Can we do good or whatever? But we'll get into that a little bit later.
It was exciting, the buildup of it, because I didn't get too many leaks this year like we usually do. So it was
not until the day of,
and it was still exciting of the buildup too. Even on the day of, they only released a couple games here and there, and I was like, oh my goodness, what are we gonna do? And the people were throwing out. I got duped into one because I looked at it. This guy was tweeting it out. He's like, Dallas Cowboys just dropped. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, look at all these games that we're playing. And I looked and every single one of them were prime times. I was like, oh, this guy's joking. But we did get a big handful of primetime games again, just like Dallas Cowboys deserve, even though we were 7-9 last year.
Hey, the one thing I said after the drop, the league knows who pays the bills. They know which team pays the bills. Like, we're one of the few teams where we pay the bills regardless. When we're good, it's great for them. Everybody tunes in. When we suck, it's still good for them. Everybody still tunes in. There's certain teams where if they're good, people tune in, but when they suck, nobody watches them. So those are the 50-50 teams. But we're a 100% team. No matter what, we're going to get a slot. We could be 5-10. I mean 5-12. And we're still going to get 6 primetime games every year.
My dad used to say that the NFL is good when the Cowboys and the Raiders, Steelers, and the Niners are good. When they're good and they're driving the games and like the NFL is thriving. But like when you have those really small market teams, I don't think that he was really thinking of like the market, but still, when you have those small market teams that are really good, look at this last Super Bowl. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't exciting.
Because like as a fan, I know the Seahawks are good. They have a good team. I like watching the Seahawks. But if the Seahawks had 2 primetime games this year, the NFL world wouldn't care. They wouldn't be like, man, we're missing the Seahawks. Put them on primetime. Like, nah, like no one's going to tune in.
Exactly. We'll talk about these international games too that were dropped.
That was a lot of them. There's so many of them.
The reasoning and why they were picked like that, right? 9 this year.
All right.
Crazy.
Let's get some NFL news out the way first before we dig into this schedule.
Absolutely. We did get some news. I know this has been weighing heavily on all the fans' shoulders, but the NFL and the refs did come to an agreement. So
thank the Lord.
I think it's for the next 3 years or something. They did come to an agreement, so we don't have to worry about these replacement refs or all that stuff. So I wonder if they're just going to eliminate that rule too. If they're going to keep the rule in where they're able to change the refs. You remember that rule that they put in just for this year, just to counter if they had to bring in replacement refs? Where
I remember seeing a little bit of it. I don't remember the exact
like New York could like look at each call and like reverse it in time.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of weird.
Because I don't know if you guys remember the replacement refs. Who was it? It was Green Bay against somebody. I want to say the 49ers. When it was a Hail Mary, they caught it at the end, but I mean, it looked like it was an interception, but they gave them the touchdown and they won the game.
What's that?
And that
Cardinals in Green Bay.
I can't remember. I'm just doing it off the top of my head, and it's like, but I remember Green Bay was involved. I can't remember who they were playing, but they threw it up. Looked like they both caught it, but it looked like the guy got the interception, but they gave him the touchdown and they won the game. And they literally ended the lockout after that game. Like they would,
like,
just roll with replacement refs. I'll forget these refs. We don't care about that. They don't matter that much anyway. And they had a bunch of mess ups before that game. But when that game happened, and it was, I'm talking about, it made everything. CNN, Fox, like it made regular news. And so that's when they finally forget that. Bring our refs in. And that was the end of it.
I've only had a little tiny bit of experience reffing. I've reffed like maybe one football game back in the Pop Warner. I've reffed some basketball games. I've umped little league game here and there. You have extensive experience in reffing. I don't understand how these guys can have a full-time job and then have a part-time ref job. Like they have to know so much and be able to call it in a second, in an instant. How do you, when you're out there calling, is there a lot of pressure on you?
It is. So it's different watching it as a referee than as a fan. As a fan, you're always ball watching, you're paying attention to the action. When you're a referee, you have a certain area. Like for instance, you have one on the line of scrimmage on both sides. You have the guy that's behind the quarterback, but now the NFL has two people. In regular, like high school football, we only have one person behind the quarterback. Then we have one person right there behind the Mike linebacker, and then you have one in the middle of the deep, like it's a deep person, like one right behind the linebacker, then one about 20, 25 yards back, right down the middle, and then you have two people on the sideline, on the other side of that guy in the deep. So each person is what has what we call their cues. So if you're like the deep guy, you know that you have the outside wide receiver. If it's no wide receiver, you have the running back. If it's two wide receivers, you have a certain wide receiver. If you're on the line, you have the left tackle, and you have to watch this outside wide receiver for if there's a jam at the line, all kinds. So you have a certain set of responsibilities to do. Now, what makes the NFL so hard is these are freaking amazing athletes. Everybody's running 4.2. Yeah. Everyone's running a 4.2. And like they said, you can call a hold on every different thing. Like, not really. Holds are very specific. Like, because a hold isn't a hold because you have a grab of them. A hold is a hold when the person tries to make a move and you still hold them. Like, for instance, that's how Tyron Smith used to ragdoll people. Once he got his hands on you, if he held you like that, strong, like you can't even move, it's not a hold, even though he technically has a hold of your jersey and your shoulder pad. But now if the run comes your way to, around his back to his left, and you try to break away and he still holds on to you, then it's a hold. If he lets go, it's not a hold. You have to be directly involved with the play. It's all kind of certain rules. A lot of it is subjective. Like, you always want to get the objective ones 100% right, like a false start or a face. It's certain ones where that was definitely a foul, but then you can say, I don't think that was pass interference. I don't think that was a hold. I don't think that was a block in the back.
Or like, nowadays, like even in the NFL, it's like the aggressiveness of defense and like the
exactly.
Like how can you tell if a receiver did not know that he was about to get hit? Do you throw? You know
exactly.
what I mean? You can't just
or was it an uncatchable ball?
Really
yeah. So, like on a pass interference, I'm gonna let it go because that was uncatchable. But somebody be like, nah, these athletes are insane. He could have caught that flag. And so like they like that, or I'm gonna let that go.
They have to guess the attention of the player.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no way.
I'm telling you. And so that's where it gets hard. The subjective calls, but and they have more referees now in the NFL field than like in high school. It's like 7 is the most you'll have in high school, and the NFL has like 9 or 10 referees on the field, and they have slow motion. Like, we don't have slow motion, so we had to make the call right there, and then we have to say that, and that's the call. And so it's
NFL has New York in their ear all the time now. They got the eye in the sky. They got drones. They got these cameras on wires.
And sometimes it's like, and it amazes me what they get right. At full speed in a regular game, like when somebody catches it, he barely got his toe in, and they call it a catch, and then they do the replay, and you can say, "Oh shoot, he did get his toe in." And like, man, how did he see that? Like, man, those referees are good. Like I give it to him.
Technology really did make a big difference though in the game. Like
it did.
Like pylon cams. Pylon cams are fucking amazing, right? On the goal line, we never had that view. The refs never had that view of did he get over the line of scrimmage, unless the camera would just maybe made an. It's just.
That's why those really bad missed calls are like that one with the Saints in the playoffs when the guy got leveled and he didn't get a flag. Like those are like, how in the world? Like, y'all are professional referees. Like,
That's why
But
I
they've
think they
been
did
wanting
that fail
to.
safe this year because they
Yeah,
thought they were going to have replacement refs, and they're like, we're gonna double check your work.
yeah.
We're gonna
And
we're
so
gonna
they've been begging them to be full time all the time. But I'm like, it's only 2.5 months. You have to pay those guys 9.5. It's like being a teacher when you get 3 months off for the summer. You still have to
they
pay
should
them
be trained.
for the other 9 months to be full time.
I'm telling you, maybe they should be. We should have the D League. We should have a World League, and then
They should.
those refs should be working in the World League, and then they come to the NFL. The only the ones that were really good in the World League come down, something like that.
Yeah,
I
something like
really
that.
think they should start using something like that. But yeah, that's a. Let's move on to the next. I think the another big thing is that there's going to be some really early QB competitions this year that we normally don't see a lot. Some of the teams that I had an eye on that were going to be in competition. I think the Vikings are going to be in competition. Kyler Murray and what's his name? What's his name? The guy from Michigan. Starts with M, I think. Mick something.
Playing
Anyways,
for who?
for the Vikings. What's his name? The
Oh,
quarterback.
McCarthy? JJ McCarthy? Yeah.
And then next one would be Vegas. Obviously, the Raiders. They have they spent their first pick on a QB, but they also have Cousins. Maybe Cousins starts a little bit and then allows him to come on. I don't know. Dolphins. That QB, I don't know who's going to play there. I know that they got the.
I don't know,
I
man.
know that they traded, but
Malik
still,
Willis is the front runner for starter, but
yeah,
we got Ewers is over there, so we'll see how it goes.
and still there's some really big vet QBs out there that haven't found a home yet either.
Oh, yeah, man. I haven't even signed to a team, so someone's going to get hurt. Of course, you hate to see it, but somebody's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to be out for the season. Somebody's going to really suck, and they got to bring somebody in. So,
and then the last two teams were the Falcons, which are it's going to be kind of weird there with the Falcons, and then the Browns. This is where QBs go to die. I don't know what's going on with the Browns and who's going to play there, but they have a quarterback that they're paying like $28 million a year.
Yeah, it's like they feel they have to play him. Yeah,
they're like, we have to get something out of you, please, something. And then they got Shadur, and the whole fan base is like screaming, like, "Why are you not going to play Shadur?" And then they drafted Green, and I guess this kid is just an amazing athlete. It's going to be fun to watch that.
And then they got Kirk Cousins with Mendoza. You didn't put that on.
Oh yeah,
no, you did put it on. You're right.
Second one. I don't think Mendoza's going to play right away. I think he has a lot to learn right away. But
unless Kirk just really fell off, that's the only way. Like, he just has to really, really, really be bad. Like throwing 3 interceptions in preseason games, then they were like, yeah, let's get Mendoza. But other than that,
funniest thing is that I just saw the Vikings when they had their first like team activities, and Kyler Murray threw 3 interceptions in a row.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was ridiculous. But so June 1st cuts are coming pretty soon, couple weeks. That's going to be exciting. I know that we know a few of them that are going to happen, but we still know everything. Teams are, and then
it's always a couple surprise ones that nobody saw coming. There's always ones that are very.
AJ Smith, please get traded to
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown. I mean, please get
traded
about
Devontae Smith.
Well, either one. Trade both of them, please.
Yeah.
Jeez. And then
one of them, he's going to the Patriots. He has to go to his coach.
Please, I hope. And then there's some key injuries that happened in end of the year, middle of the year, and that players are not going to be healed by the beginning of the year. So they might have some late starts.
Your boy Micah Parsons is one of them.
Micah Parsons. We got
Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes, Malik Neighbors. The first guy that we're about to play is probably going to miss week 1, which is thank you. I mean, I
never so I never root for injuries, but I'll take them. Like if
I don't
if
wish
that guy's out,
but I'm not going to close the door if you're going.
I'll never say, man, I wish that guy was hurt. Or if I see somebody like twist an ankle, I'm like, yeah, man, just keep him on the sideline. Let him rest for this game until the next game. Make sure he's 100% like that. I never ask for. I don't care how much I hate the Eagles. I never want any of their players to be hurt. I always want them to be at 100%. And I'm using the Eagles because they're the team I hate the most. So and even though I hate them, And I wish that the aliens would destroy their city first when they come visit. I'd never wish injuries on a player. But if a player's hurt, I'd be like, yeah, just hold him out one more week while he doesn't play us, and then he can come back next week against Arizona, whoever they're.
You got a better heart than me because I've wished some injuries on some players that I
know, man.
just absolutely
I feel like it's gonna
cannot.
come back on me. I'm a slip walking out my garage, and I'm gonna get the same injury that they got.
See, I got to learn that karma from you. And then the last one, you nailed it when you said his name earlier. You know, some of the fallout of the Rossini variable
Oh my God.
drama. What was funny is that, I mean, we went a week with just it being hammered at us, right? You know, I really feel bad for Rossini's husband and Vrabel's wife because those are two individuals that didn't ask for this.
And they got kids, like in school and all that. I'm like, that's the crazy part.
They didn't ask for any of it. But the funny thing is that the NFL went ahead and said, well, we're not going to punish any teams that reference it in the NFL schedule release videos either. So have at it. I think only one team did. I don't know if it was the Chargers or the Colts.
I think it was like they kind of mentioned it. It wasn't like in a bad way, but they kind of.
It was like in the corner at the end.
Yeah.
Funny. But they're like
I enjoyed those
Wendy's Twitter account. Like you know, they're just trolls.
But I enjoyed a few of those releases, schedule releases. Yeah.
The Cowboys one was pretty good.
The Cowboys one was pretty good. Like they definitely veered from what they're used to. Yeah. Like, can I get a Tyler? Tyler. I like that. I thought that was pretty funny.
He gets throwing stuff at Dak. He's like, get out.
But, and then he called it a tie week.
Did you see? I saw one this morning that was pretty cool. It was, I forgot what team it was. I don't know if it was the Colts or who it was, but what they did was they had like a sheet of like, I don't know if it was like a canvas, and it was like an artist that was mixing paint.
Oh yeah, the paint.
That was really cool. So he mixed the paints, and then he would make the team's helmet paint color.
I did see that.
It was really freaking cool.
Man, I forgot who.
These guys are getting really creative.
Bears. It was the Bears who did that. I saw that. Bears? Yeah, and they mixed the two colors. The Halo one was pretty good. Yeah.
You know, like I said, I mean, these marketing and teams and these marketing departments are coming up with some really cool stuff, and AI helped them out a lot.
All right,
but
so
let's jump into what the schedule release happened. We can jump into the Cowboys schedule in just a second, but I did want to highlight some of the games that I feel and some of the other writers that highlighted some games they think are like must-watch games.
Yeah.
I didn't
before we do that,
many of them.
Let's go down and break down what we were talking about before, like how the schedule gets made.
Sorry.
Like I thought it was pretty interesting.
Please.
So we were discussing in our
What I thought real quick was it was way off. Like, I mean, it wasn't way off. It was just it was a simplified version of what my brain tried to figure out. Like I thought, oh, you know, we had our strength of schedule was this last year. It should be opposite of that next year. Like keep it even like that. Or if you're middle, you're in like the bottom middle. But that's not really the case. I mean, and you schooled me on it. So tell the listeners.
So the way it goes is they know a lot of times, like they already know most of the schedule before the next season. Like right now, they already know most of the schedule. Like we know we're going to play the NFC East twice. They already know. So we always play one division
8 games
in
we
NFC.
already know, right?
Yeah.
Oh no,
we already know.
6 games already know.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 6. Yeah, you're right. It's 4 teams, but it's 8 games total, but we don't count that. So we know we're going to play one NFC division and one AFC division. And we usually know that before. So this year we're playing the NFC West and the AFC South. Is that right? Yeah. AFC South. That's the like Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars, that and Indianapolis Colts. So you play each division once, so it rotates. So we play them, and then we won't play that division again for like 3 or 4 years.
4 years.
So and so same thing with the NFC. We played the NFC West this year, and then we'll go through each NFC division. So next year we'll play another NFC division. Next year we'll play another AFC division. So that's how another. Those are 8 games right there. 4 from AFC South, 4 from the NFC West.
Thank God we're not playing NFC North again like we did last year, and then we get the NFC West, and the NFC,
and
the
so
playoffs
and
went
so
through the AFC West.
You hope to catch a division when they suck, but for us, it's not good because we're playing the NFC West
the
when
NFC West
when they
year,
have three teams that were 12-5 or better. When we wish we would be playing that, like we played the NFC South last year, and we still lost to the Falcons and the Panthers, which was kind of dumb because they suck. Like last year, the Panthers won the division with an 8-9 record, and so it's like
we played the Falcons. Anyway. Didn't we play the Packers? We played the Packers and the Bears, and didn't we play the North last year? Yeah, we didn't play the Falcons last year. That was the year before last.
Oh wait, nah. You know what? We played so that's the second part. You're right. We played the NFC North last year. The other part of the schedule is you play whatever you finish in your division. So this year we finished second. So we're playing what's called a second place schedule. So this year we're going to play the Packers because they came in second. We're playing the Buccaneers because they came in second. And we're naturally playing the Rams because we're playing the NFC West. So that was another one of the other games we had.
Maybe that's where the Ravens came in. You know, we were having a hard time. Maybe the Ravens came in second. Did we think about that?
Thought about that too, because we were trying to figure out where the Ravens fit in. Like, how did we play the Ravens in Brazil? But my rationale, I have no idea, no proof, no research, nothing, is that
since they added it, it's not on there.
Because because the way they been doing it is based off a 16-game schedule, because we've been having a 16-game schedule for decades. So they've been doing that based off of that. So now that we have a 17th game, they just had to pick a random team to play against. And I guess that's how we just end up playing the Ravens, because it's nothing to do with their division, anything, but that's the random team on our schedule that's not tied to either a division. But they did come in second, so maybe that did factor into it. It was a second place team from the AFC, and they just picked the Ravens. Like, I don't know how they chose the Ravens, but they picked them. So that was one anomaly. So that's how the schedule is done. So next time you look at the schedule, just know a lot of thought goes into it. Back in the day, it used to take weeks because one guy used to do the schedule. Like, he had a big board and he would do the schedule. Now it literally takes a few seconds because they run it through AI, and then they get like 15 different variations, and then they go, because as a team, you have to submit all kind of reasons why, we can't have a home. Like, for instance, the reason why we have a road game, the first game of the season, is because they scheduled the Chris Brown Usher concert at AT&T Stadium a long time ago. So the Cowboys had to submit that to the league, like, hey, we can't play a home game, our first game, so we have to play on the road. So they acquiesced to that, and they gave us a road game for the first game. So every team submits a list of reasons why they can't play this game on this day. So they put all that information into a computer, and it spits out several schedules. And then from there, they had to weed it out, because sometimes they might give you a schedule where, you're playing in Brazil, and then it might give you a Thursday night game. Like, well, we can't do that. You can't play in Brazil on Sunday and then have a Thursday night game. So they had to redo it, and then they picked the best schedule out of that one, and then that is what gets released.
Yep. It's so complicated in the algorithm and the calculations and everything to come up with a 32 team schedule that is absolutely different than what they had last year, but it has to follow the algorithm of what the prompt that you put in, and it's got to be crazy. But
because you can't put you can't have 4 road games in a row or 5 home games in a row. You got to mix them all up.
But you also have to think
that.
of what you just said of the other schedule of that stadium, especially with like these huge stadiums. They have a lot of things going on all the time. They're not going to say on this time, you're never going to be able to do something here on Sundays, because it could be, you're playing a Thursday
a noon
night
game and then a concert at 7. Yeah,
that's not going to happen. But still, another thing is, like, could you, when you brought that up about what they used to do in the past, could you imagine like the pressure that person had? I know that they didn't have all the rules back then. I mean, they didn't have, you're going to play this conference, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. They did that for competition, but still, that guy had to have like a slide rule and a count on his fingers, and there's no fucking way. There was no tools to do that back then.
And they come in like 2 weeks after they gave it to him, like, hey, you got it yet? When it's ready, I'll give it to you. When it's ready, close the door.
Don't ask if dinner's ready again. I swear to God.
Oh man.
So let me just highlight just some of these games because I thought some of them were kind of cool. Week 1, I'm not going to highlight the Dallas Cowboys games because we want to highlight all those. We obviously think those are the most important. But week 1, we got Niners Rams, which is going to be a really crazy game. I know we have the Super Bowl rematch too, but I think San Francisco Rams is going to be a shootout. Week 2, there's a Lions Buffalo game, Detroit Buffalo and Jacksonville Denver. Those are 2 games that I think are going to make these teams rest of their seasons. Like it's going to, the momentum building from these games are going to be really huge. Week 3, Philly Chicago. That's always an amazing game to watch. Week 4, we got Chiefs Raiders. I don't know if the Raiders are real or not, and I think that week is going to show it. And
we'll see.
That's always a good game to watch. I lied. Week 6, Dallas Green Bay. I had to put it on. That's the Micah return game. It's in Green Bay. We need to not tie them again like we did. If we would have won that game last year, if the damn clock manager would have just let the clock run out.
Man, we should. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have helped our playoff chances, but it still would have won.
I think I still would have. I'm still holding out that I think it would have. But then week 7, there's the Cincinnati-Baltimore game. That's always a good run. Next week is going to be KC Seattle. Next week,
hopefully Mahomes is back by then. If Mahomes isn't back, then I
think Mahomes is back by week 5. I think that I think he's going to miss that Raider. I think he's going to miss that Raider game, but I think he's going to be after that. We got Dallas, San Francisco, week 10.
Man,
always.
I think this is the year we finally beat them, unless of course
in the Bay Area.
In the Bay Area,
we just hope that
this week we finally beat them. Of course, it's always the caveat of injuries, but mano a mano. I think this is the year we're ready. Like we have a new regime, like mindset thinking. Like we had a couple, cupcake coaches that really didn't want to push stuff, but I think we have a new regime. I think we have a different mindset.
Who's in San Francisco this year? Who's over there? What coach is over there that was on our team last year? Our fucking defensive coordinator's over there.
Yeah, that's right.
Be soft ready. Like you were last year with us. So I mean, what's weird about that game in history? It's like when we go play in San Francisco at that time of year, it's always raining. It's always a fucking quagmire. It's always a mud bowl. I always hated that game. Then we got some here. We got another Detroit-Chicago game. Seattle, San Francisco, week 12. Week 14, Tampa Bay, Baltimore. I think that's going to be a fun game to watch. I love that Tampa Bay offense. I know they lost their receiver, but Baker Mayfield just makes things happen.
Yeah. We got to see if he can still make it happen. Hopefully not against us, but against the rest of the league.
Oh, no shit. And then the last one I wanted to highlight was the Rams-Seattle. 17 and 18. I don't know yet. I mean, 17 and 18 are going to be either you're resting people or you absolutely have to win this game, and it's going to be a friggin' amazing game. So it could be like Jacksonville, Denver, but those are the highlights. Let's get into our schedule because that's the one that's the most important.
Let's go. We're going to give our prediction at the end too.
You want to just give it as we go, or do you want to do it at the end?
Yeah. I said we go. So we finished 7 and 9. 7 and 9 last year. And with one tie.
And
so
the year 7, before 9 last, and 1. Right? 7, 9 and 1. What? Yeah. And
so
no. And what was the record the year before last? Yeah, it was 7, 9.
Nah, it was worse than that. Was it 2024? I don't know what it was.
Oh, 2024. I don't know. 2024. I thought it was 8 and 9. Were we 8 and 9?
7 and 10. It was the same thing.
7 and 10.
So so it was 7, 10, then 7, 9 and 1, and then before that it was 3 12 and 5s in a row.
3 12 and 5s. That's what we need. Those 12 and 5s back.
Yep. 12 and 5.
Let's go at it.
I'll take that. Except I picked 11 and 6. That's what I think.
So let's go every other week. And then we'll say what team we're going to play. So I'll go first. Week 1, we are at New York Giants. To start the season, like we always do. I think I don't know how many years we've done in the last 20 years. How many times we
Oh my
played New
God,
York University? It's like
nine on the
13
last,
years.
like 9 of the last, like 15 have been
Think
against the
about
Giants on opening day.
that last year's opening game against the Giants, where we
The
went the
40-0
frick
game.
off, bro.
Yeah, 40-0.
That was the one where was that the one where they blocked the kick?
Yeah,
Or was that the year before
like
last?
no. That was, so it wasn't last year. It was the year before, and that was when the cornerback we picked up like a week before the season.
Yeah, he blocked
returned it for a touchdown. We blocked
it
and then returned it for a touchdown, and we just opened the flood. It was 40-0.
I think we're gonna open up with a win.
Oh yeah, I definitely think that. I'm keeping track. So just so you guys know, on purpose, I didn't do a lot of research. I want to do my love of the game, my love of the game type predictions just off the top of my head. Later on in the Discord, man, we're gonna have a actual competition, but
yeah, we're gonna have a competition Discord, and I'm gonna win that one too.
Just so love of the game type stuff. Week 2, the Washington C words. So the reason I think we'll win against the Giants is because Neighbors is out. Scat has to come back from that horrific ankle injury that we had. So I think that we'll do good against them. Against the Commanders, they should have their team back, but by this time we should have what's the coach? What's his face figured out? Like we have his defense figured out. The one that was our coach, and now our defensive coach. I can't think his name off the top of my head.
Commanders defensive coordinator?
No. The head Quinn. Dan Quinn. Yeah. We should have him figured out. So we should be good.
I think so too. I think we're gonna beat them too. I think we're gonna start
out 2-0.
And it's at home. I didn't write what time that was. I'm sure that's probably
me neither.
A noon game or whatever. Right away, right after that game, we hop on a flight and we fly to Rio, Brazil.
Yeah, and so we'll check out the insides of the finest Brazilian hotels. Hopefully, none of our guys are dumb enough to go visit anywhere. Like, let's see these Brazilian strip clubs and then get kidnapped.
No, everybody's gonna get their uniforms stolen and shit. Everybody's not gonna have helmets. No, but the funny thing was last year, remember, it was the Eagles that played in Brazil, and everybody was worried because like the color green is like a gang color out there or something, so they couldn't wear anything. But I think my and we didn't even talk about international games. We need to talk about that.
We sure
There's going to be 9 international games in the NFL.
That's a lot of them.
My opinion on international games is I'm not in favor of them. I mean, I knew that we touched Mexico here and there. That's not a huge travel day. But when we're flying to Australia, when we're flying to Brazil, Tokyo, London, that's crazy for players to be out all those travel days and not be able to, and plus it takes a toll on you. You're not
10 hours. It's 10 hours from Dallas to Brazil.
But not even just the flight, the time. It's like it's a whole different time zone. You're not just flying 3 hours. The time difference. It's a whole different. I mean, when you're in Australia, like they're playing the Australian game, man, that's flying around halfway around the world.
That's insane. The only good thing about us is it's 10 hours from us from Dallas to Brazil, but for Baltimore, it can take anywhere from 12 to 14 hours. So they'll be on a flight longer. So that's the only good thing about that for us.
My prediction on this game is I think we get tripped up in the hype of being in Brazil and we're not focused and new coaches and everything. I think we lose to the Ravens.
I think we lose it, but because we're on a high from winning 2 games from 2 quality opponents, and everybody's going to be blowing us on like, man, are the Cowboys for real? Have they turned it around? And we might be smelling ourselves a little bit, and it won't be like a blowout. Like it'll be something close. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we won this game only because John Harbaugh is gone. He was their identity, and they were tough when he was there. So now I don't know how they're going to respond to the new coach, how they're going to respond with them having the same players, but a new coach, new philosophy, all that. So I wouldn't be surprised if we won, but I think we lose this one.
It's just going to be difficult to focus when you're out somewhere, and it's not like these teams that like go to London and stuff, right? I don't think that you have the same. No, you need to have a constant bodyguard with you if you step outside of the hotel, things of that nature. I think you get to kind of enjoy things, and I don't know. Who we playing in week 4?
Our little cousins down the highway. Houston
dirty
Texans.
red-headed cousins.
Yeah, thinking they big time now.
Driving their raised trucks to the 40-inch raised up trucks to the stadiums. I think we're going to beat the Texans. I know that they're a good defensive squad. I think know that they have a good quarterback with a good head on his shoulders, but I just don't think that team offensively is ready for what we have this year.
I put that down as a loss. I put that down as a loss only because they're at home, and I think that their defense is like legit. There are a few legit defense in NFL, like the Seahawks, and the Texans are one of them. So I don't think we'll have a problem like just let them score all over us. Like I don't think we'll have that issue this year like we did last year. But if we do have any kind of issue scoring on them, they have the means to try and take away. Like the only way I see us winning that game, someone has to have like the game of their career in that game. Like Pickens, Lamb, Javonte, one of those three got to have like, man, this is the best game we've seen them since they've been, together type game for us to win that game. So of course, every game is winnable, but I think we lose that one too. We start out 2-2, and then the same people that were blowing us are back to what happened to the Cowboys. Is this the same Cowboys team?
I don't think that they're that good, in my opinion. I know. They're something about the offense just doesn't click with me on all cylinders. They either have a really good passing game that week, or they have a really good running game. I don't know. It's just something about it, and the simple fact that it's in Houston, it's not going to be a home game for them. There's Dallas Cowboy fans surrounding that stadium, so I do think it's almost like when they play here in Arizona. When I go to a game in Arizona, it's 50-50 Cowboys Cardinals fans. I think it's going to be the same way in Houston, but it's going to be competitive. It's going to be fun. The next game, week 5, is going to be a fun game. We actually play at home. We get to play the Bucs, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield. We also have little angry T-Rex that he's either.
Oh yeah.
That week might be a way. I mean, he's destroying all the teams that didn't draft him, right? And if Bain thought I'm going to Dallas the whole time, and then we didn't draft him, he's probably pissed. So that might be a game.
What number he got drafted? 15th. Yeah. So we are on that list. But I mean, he's got to understand we got to take Downs. Downs is a much better player than him. So forget that guy.
But anyways, yes. But we didn't think we were going to get Downs, so I'm sure that we were talking to Bain the whole time, like, "Hey, we're going to get
exactly," and then we take him. But anyway. But to me, they were a very fun team, but they weren't, like a dominant good team to where it's like, man, they're going to win this game because they ended up coming in. Yeah, but what was it?
They had their running back got hurt. He's going to be healthy this year. Bucky Irving is the shit.
I just traded for him. Yeah, I just traded for him too in one of my dynasty leagues. I traded for Bucky Irving.
He's going to be the truth this year. Watch, but him. I mean, I think Baker's going to really miss Evans, but who's that other receiver that's always fucking hurt that didn't that
Godwin?
Plays?
Yeah, Godwin. He's always hurt, like at least half the season.
He's healthy this year. And they also got the other receiver that they drafted last year that's supposed to be the shit. The reason why they were able to get rid of Evans.
Yep. But I think this will be a fun game, like a very up and down type game. And I like Baker Mayfield's grit. Like I like how he doesn't quit. Like he plays up to the very end. Like he's gonna try and will you to win, and I like that. But I still think we win this game.
This would be a fun game to go see. No, this would be one that they would circle that says, you know what, I'd like to go to this game at home.
It's in Tampa Bay, so it's gonna be raining and lightning.
No, it's at home. It's versus Tampa Bay at home.
Oh, it's versus Tampa Bay. Is that right? We're at home, so good. We're in the dome, man. I might try and go check that game out.
That would be a fun game.
I didn't go to any games last year. The last time I went to a game was the Detroit game where they ransacked us, where their star defensive lineman broke his leg in that game. That was the last Cowboys game I went to. The Lions guy, Hutchinson, he broke his leg in the game. I went to that game, and they killed us. I was so mad. They're just chanting Jared Goff the whole time. It was so many Lions fans there.
So that's why so you spend so much money on tickets nowadays. I mean, when it was $40, okay, whatever, you're gonna go see what you're gonna go see. But now when you're spending $250 for each ticket,
you gotta try and pick the
careful with what you're gonna watch. Man, I'm gonna go see.
So I'm gonna go to the Tennessee Titans game. Yeah.
There you go.
Good. All right. So next we got we're in Green Bay for the Packers. Well, so did you say what you picked? A win or a loss?
Oh, against Tampa Bay? Yeah, we win.
Yeah,
I think we win.
All right. So next is the Green Bay Packers.
At Green Bay with Micah, it's the Rashawn Gary return game too.
Micah probably won't be there. He probably will be out for that game.
You don't think Micah will play by week 6?
He might, but I don't know, man. He's starting off on the puck.
He's going to be on the sideline in that little scooter that he has still.
Yeah, or laying down on the table.
Oh, I wish he would. The thing about Rashawn Gary that's his return too. So, and we also have the defensive lineman from there that we got last year.
Oh, Kenny Clark.
So it's like there's a lot of homecoming to these guys, but still, you want to go home and you want to whoop them because they gave up on you, right?
We hate them, yeah.
You got some animosity.
But
next game,
but I got that down as a win.
You got that a win? I got it as a win as well.
All right, so right now I'm sitting at 4-2.
I have us at the moment at 5-1.
Okay. Then we got the big bad Eagles coming to town.
Yeah, week 7. No,
Christian Parker revenge game. Well, not really revenge because they didn't let him go.
Philly. It's at Philly.
Yeah. I want to say the revenge game, but they didn't let him go. We poached him. They wanted to keep him, but we of course he's gonna move up from defensive backs coach to defensive coordinator. So he's got to go. I don't count it as a revenge game, but
so many things to this game though. It's like
it is.
Not only is it division rival, we hate the Eagles. Coaches are switching. They just got our offensive coordinator was over there last year. He's not. The year before last, he's not there anymore. But still, it's like coaches switch back and forth, players switch back and forth. There's animosity in that game, but not only that, there's a little bit of a twist with Micah Lemon this year too. It's like we played a little game with Pittsburgh and Philly, allowed Philly to get him.
Get him.
Now we got to prove to Philly, like, yeah, we allowed you to get him because we knew we could stop all.
Caleb Downs going to shut him down. Yeah, we already knew that.
If he goes off, Philly's going to be like, and you will let us trade and get him, and you gave us. So that's going to be bad. So week 8, who do we play?
Would you put it down as a win or a loss?
Oh, I said we lost. I say we lose in Philly.
I got that down as a win. We're ready. We're ready.
You think
we're starting to hit our grooves. But before we go to the next game, I said that this was the stretch that we needed to dominate from week 3 to week 7. So it's Baltimore, Houston, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, and Philly. All those teams were either playoff teams or one game out of, like, they lost at the last game of the season and didn't make the playoffs. And at first I thought that was like a gauntlet. Like, man, they did really good. But then I looked it up. Combined, last season they were 48-36. So like, what really make it weak was Baltimore wasn't really that good. Tampa Bay wasn't really that good, and Houston was all right, but they really faltered at the end. And so like Green Bay and Philly were the ones that kind of carried it. And so it's like they weren't really that good, but I still think this is the most important stretch for us. Like we need to
What was
knock
the
this out.
record between weeks 3 and 7 that you gave?
Well, their total record, all
No. What is Dallas's how on that stretch, weeks 3 through 7?
Oh,
how many
week 3.
wins and losses?
I had Baltimore loss and Houston loss. So I had 3-2.
Okay.
I had 2 wins.
Too.
Yeah, I had 2 losses first, Baltimore and Houston lost, and then three wins in a row.
I said that we bookended losses and we win in the middle of that.
Yeah. So I was going on different streaks. So I had us winning the first 2, losing the next 2, then winning 3 so far.
Week 8,
all right.
This could
Arizona
be
Cardinals. Yeah.
Get right game. I mean, I know that Cardinals, for some reason, whenever we play them, whether it be at home or in Arizona, for some reason Arizona has our fucking number. It doesn't matter who it is. If they have their third string quarterback playing, and
Who was that last year?
It was Dobbs. Remember Dobbs beat our ass?
Yeah, Dobbs beat us. No, who was it last year? Brissett
beat us last year.
Dobbs
beat us the year before. I mean, it's always got.
What in the world is going on?
A receiver has the best running fucking game he's ever had.
Why are we playing them 3 years in a row anyway?
Because it's the NFC West.
Yep.
And then I think we're going to win that game. That's a get right game. I don't know who's going to be playing quarterback then. Is it going to be the rookie Carson Beck by then, or is Brissett still going to be playing? I know that they have an amazing receiver room right now, but we have their defensive back coach, and they didn't give up a touchdown in 10 weeks last year. So I think we have
and by that time, I think our guys would be like, I think Revel be comfortable in the system, and to be comfortable in the system. Who's on the other side?
Durant.
Kobe will be comfortable in the system.
And number 2,
Downs will already be comfortable by game 1. Yeah, I think Durant's going to be number 2. So it's going to be Brandon Durant on the outside.
Oh, number 2. You don't think he's going to give it to him?
Nah, he's not going to give it to him.
Money talks?
Because he's not going to pay the money for it.
I think.
Yeah, Down's not going to pay the money for that.
But Down, not only does he have that big rookie contract, he has that big, huge NIL deal that he fucking has been
but I think
for 4 years.
I think Downs has it in his mind that, hey, I don't think he's going to be here next year. I'll just get it next year and save me that 40 G's or whatever it's going to cost.
I don't know why people say that. I've heard that a couple times. Durant is fucking
he's good.
Really good.
He's good.
There's not an alternative unless
I think he'll price himself out.
Yeah, I can see that happen. I was when people were saying that, I kept saying, I don't see any reason why we didn't draft a cornerback high enough to I mean that we really had that is going to take
one
over
guy
next
like the
year.
5th round, I think.
So why would we get rid of Durant? But I guess we'll see. I really think I've been I recreated everything in Madden. Durant's going off in my season right now. He's going off.
All right. So we got next.
All right.
Indy, the Colts.
You know what?
That's another injury that we didn't talk about. Daniel Jones. So we'll see how he looks when he comes back.
Yep.
But of course, we got to worry about the running back. Taylor,
we also
he's a menace.
What's going to be highlighted in that game is the Downs brothers matchup. I mean, this is what we begged for years.
It'd be crazy if they guard each other. Yeah,
they have to.
Not guard each other, but yeah.
Because
the Downs playing the slot.
Yeah, that's what he said in that press conference. They were like, "So, what do you think about you playing the Cowboys?" And he's like, "As soon as my brother got drafted to the Cowboys, he reached out to me and said, 'You know what position I'm going to be playing?' He said, 'I'm going to be playing nickel.'" And he's like, "So he's like when I'm running my routes, I'm always matched up with the nickel cornerback. So he's like, I cannot wait." And he's like, "What's going to happen when he comes over the middle?" And Caleb said, "I'm going to give him everything. I'm going to give him all. I'm going to give him everything." I can't wait till that happens. We waited for that with Dave, so that didn't ever happen.
I still think we win this game, though.
You think we're going to win? I put down that we are going to lose. And the only reason why I had it as a win, and then I did that thing where you look at your Scantron and you're like, I did too many B's.
Yeah, too many B's. You just erase it. Yeah.
So I went back and said, you know what? I was like, this feels like a position is either that game or the Titans game where we go in looking at our next opponent and we don't really focus too hard on this opponent and we end up as a trap game. So I said we're going to lose. We could win it. Next week 10.
Yeah, you're right. We're either going to win or lose. It's one of those two. And so
fuck you.
I've done it. I've done it on 3 weeks already. Like, hey, I think we're gonna lose, but I can see us winning. Let me put it.
You know what I'm gonna do? And tomorrow I'm gonna send you. You're gonna get a little box in the mail when you open it up. This is gonna come right out and get you.
Oh man.
Week 10. Week 10. This is a big game for us.
It's the big
huge game. This is a
mental
make or break your season. If you lose this, where do you go?
You know who, like to me personally, who really needs to win this game? Dak. Because he's had his 2 worst playoff games against the 49ers. Like, he really needs to play well in this game just so he can see tape of him playing well against them. Be like, hey, if I can play well against this defense, I can play well against any defense. And with that being said, I still think they lose this game. I got it down as a loss.
The last couple times we played them, you think about like the last play, it really came down to the last, like Dak sneaking it and then them not being able to spot the ball on time. And then that one where
Zeke center, Zeke is center play.
Was Zeke gets fucking hammered. Oh, he's my god.
But that was insane.
Week 11, or what do you say? Do you think we're going to win or lose?
I put a loss. I put, even though Dak needs to play well, like even if he plays well and they lose, like say he goes, 17-24, 286, 2 touchdowns and an interception, to me, that still does wonders for him, because if he can figure out a San Francisco defense that's really good and it gives him issues, then I think he'll, expound on that, go, play better. Like, oh man, if I can do it against them, I can do this.
Well, the weapons,
because he's only seen himself play average or below average against the 49ers. Like, he really hadn't had a good game against them.
The weapons that he had, that hopefully he'll have healthy at that time.
That's what I'm saying. He should do good.
Jesus, it's gonna be good. They better come with.
So I got that down as a loss.
I've
got 3 losses so far.
I have
Baltimore.
I have week 10 as a win so I was thinking that maybe I might flip flop the Colts Niners game to a Colts win and a Niners loss, but I think either or we're going to win 9 and 10. How about week 11?
Right now I have the Tennessee Titans. That should be a win for us. But last year we thought Arizona was going to be a win for us for sure, and they smoked us.
There was a couple games like that we thought we were just going to walk through them, and then it didn't happen. Giants in the beginning of the year.
Oh man, So this game should be a win. Like, if I had to pick what I thought the easiest game on our schedule would be, this would be it. But of course, we usually end up losing one game a season that we should have won. Every year we lose a game that we clearly should. Like, it's certain games that are 50-50. Like if we lose to the Buccaneers or the Packers, I could see why we lost that game. Like, we went in with a strong possibility of losing that game. Along with, we should win this. But this game is one where it's like we're Michigan playing against Appalachian State. Not that the Titans are a Division II school, but in our eyes, we have way more talent. The Titans were terrible last year, and they didn't change much to where now they're a juggernaut. So we should win this game.
And they had they had the 4th pick, and they picked a receiver. Fucking crazy.
Yeah. But he's a really good receiver.
Yeah, but still, I mean, there's a lot of even vets and receivers that are in the game that are like, Tate's not it. We'll see, but we'll see.
But their defense was better than their offense, so it's like they needed help. Cam Ward needed some help. He had 0 help last year in my eyes, and so I see why they did it. Pick the best offensive player. Who they think is the best offensive player? So it makes sense. But I still think we win, and that should be a comfortable game for us to give us a rest after the 49ers play as physical. And before we head to Thanksgiving and play the Eagles.
I think the Titans, during the draft, when the Cardinals picked Love, I think the Titans said, "You've got to be kidding!" I think they threw.
I know they wanted. They wanted him so bad.
They just cleared the table. They're like, damn it! But yeah,
son of a.
Week 12 is another big matchup at home versus the trash shitty Sheagles or the Philadelphia Eagles. I think that's going to be a dominating win by us. I think by that time our train is chugging, and Philly is in that position. Philly at this point in their seasons in the last like 3 or 4 years, they come to
this
like
when they start to fall apart
or something. I don't know if
they
it's
always start off
Sirianni.
strong and then they die off. Like I don't know, they tune them out or what, but they always end the season bad.
It's like Big Dom's got to get up in front of practice and be like, "You guys got to stop being so mean to Sirianni."
Like his face is not a poo-poo face.
Stop making fun of him when he's crying on the sideline.
Anyway, but I had it as a win. Like I was so close to making this a loss, but I had it as a win for the same reason you just said. By the second half of the season is when their cracks start to show. And I think it's going to be the same thing. As long as Sirianni is a coach, I think that particular mindset is still going to be there. And I think that we'll beat them this time. So, and I actually have us sweeping the Eagles, which is weird.
That's what I heard you. That's what I brought up earlier when you said that we won the first one. I was like, oh, we're going to sweep them? So yeah, that would be awesome. If we swept the Eagles. That would be.
Oh, man. They wouldn't have anything to say all year anyway.
You know what's crazy? And we didn't even mention this yet, but in the last 30 years, Dallas has had a bye week. Week 10 or below. Like 18 out of the last 20 years or something like 27 out of the last 30 years. This year, and I've always kind of we're a little bit upset because we have the like week 6, week 7 bye week, and
early bye week
sucks because your bye week comes and goes, and now you have a huge long stretch of where people are injured and things. Where this year our bye week, I know I skipped a game in week 13. We're playing at Seattle, but I think the bye week in week 14 is going to be everything that we need. Not only giving us a chance to recoup and refresh injuries, relax. It's also, that's pretty late in the year, right? What is that? Yeah. That's November?
That's week 4. Yeah, because Thanksgiving is the end of November, and then we have another week of a game before we have it. So that's like the first week of December, kind of.
So think about that's the time where, you want to spend a little time with your family. Mentally, this is where you probably want to take a little bit of a break and spend some time with family and just recharge. We're not doing that week 7 and week 6.
Yeah. So
I'm excited about this. I know Seattle. Some people were. I know I said that I skipped Seattle. I think we lose at Seattle. Week 13.
Me too. I got us down as a loss.
It's got not that they have so much of a better talented team. I think that coach is amazing.
He's a really good coach. He's a really good coach.
He's just not even just a good coach. Like he's a really good leader of men in that position. Like I think Schottenheimer is a really good leader. I think that guy deserved that win last year, and he's gonna be ready for us on.
And they have Dante Fowler now. He has our offense figured out, so I think that's going to be the catalyst to us losing.
So you think Dante Fowler and DeMarcus Lawrence are going to team up and
they're going to wreak havoc.
Cowboy killers?
Yeah, right. Man. But I have it down as a loss because we've been winning too much. We had to lose somewhere.
Yeah, see, they came down to I put too many B's down. This one's got to be a C. So and then week 14, I just drug that dead cow for the bye week, and then week 15 is another away game. That is going to be a tough game to win.
Man, a road bye week and then road game. I have that down as a loss too.
I have that as a win. I have it as a win. I think that, like I said, it's going to be tough, but we have a whole week to get ready for them. That doesn't always happen when you're playing a good team. So I think that's going to be a pretty big difference. So I do have that as a win. But it's nice. It's going to be December in LA. You get to get away from the snow and the cold, spend a little time in the sun.
Yep. Then we got the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I had that down as a win.
I have it down as a win too, but this is not the Jacksonville Jaguars of old, right? This is not the homecoming game Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a team that's hit the
They'll
playoffs.
be better.
That coach knows what he's doing. Their quarterback's driven.
Sunshine looks like he's coming around.
He cut
it's
his
about
hair.
Time.
He's ready.
Like I always said that he is what, like out of all the hate Dak gets, he is what people want Dak to be. Like surefire, can't miss, number one prospect, but middling in the NFL. Because he had a very average career, his whole career. But he was the number one draft pick. He's
but
supposed
you have
to
a
be
hard
that
time. There was nothing around him that.
It was.
I mean, I understand. I mean, he had one really good receiver, and then they gave him a good tight end, and that's when they started to go. And then all of a sudden, the running backs.
That's when they started doing well.
They invested in the offensive linemen, and then the defense came. That's when they started becoming a playoff team. They built that team through the draft.
Yeah, they did.
Just like the Bengals used to just do.
And I had that down as a win. And then we had the New York Football Giants. By this time, Scat and the quarterback, what's his name?
Dart.
Both of them would be dead. Yeah, both of them would be dead in the infirmary, in the blue tent. Like they'll have permanent, like they'll have 3 blue tents on their sideline, one for Dart, one for Scat, and then one for the other players. Because those guys just don't know how to tone it down. Like they just go all out every play. Like they need to know, hey, it's 17 games I got to play, but they just don't know how to do it yet. And so both of them will be dead, and we'll definitely win that game.
I just saw a whole big old story of somebody wrote up about how Dart and Harbaugh are not getting along. Like they're butting heads about a lot of things. And one of the writers said, well, it's because Dart's best friend was his coach last year. I mean, Dayball was like his roommate.
Dayball, man.
So
you saw how mad he was when he had to go in that
tent when he got hurt. Remember
when he had to put Russell Wilson in the game? Yeah, he was like, "No, please, God, no!" Like he was trying to call timeouts. He was like, "Can a lightning strike hit the stadium?
Like, are you gonna be okay? Let me rub it. I know how to fix him."
And then when he couldn't go in, the look on his face was like his car was getting towed in front of him. He's like, "Man, I really got to play with Russell Wilson right now." Anyway, but I had it down as a win.
I have it down.
And then Washington, I think at this point, this is where we are locked in for the playoffs, and we let one slip because Washington might be playing for something too. I think that they're pretty good. I think that the Eagles take a big step back this year. And you know how normally it's 2 teams in the NFC East vying for that playoff spot? It's hardly ever just one team blowing everybody out. There's always 2 teams that go down to the last 2-3 weeks. I think it'll be us, and I think it'll be the Commanders that are playing. And the Eagles have fallen by the wayside because they fall in love with Hurts and with A.J. Brown gone, and they just implode. And this is Sirianni's last year. But I think it'll be us and the Commanders, and I think that they'll have more to be playing for than us, and I think that we lose that game.
I think, I don't remember if it was 22 or 23 when the NFC was hot, and we were going to be like the first division that was going to have 4 teams in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, we were close, real close.
That was crazy, but I can see it happen again this year. I know Philly is going to take a little bit of a step back. I feel just like what you said, because I mean they lost some players, they got some players. The coach is a fucking crybaby, all that shit, but I don't see them being a bottom dweller. I still think them are going to win some really big games. If Washington and New York step up, if New York steps up, that it's gonna be a problem for the league, for the NFC East to be good, because Cowboys are going to be really good this year too. And it's going to be fun. And I 100% agree. Week 18, if Washington has something to win for or to play for, we lose. Even if they don't have anything to play for, and if we're in the playoffs and we kind of throttle down a little bit, Washington's not going to let us win. It's going to be like, brothers playing. It's always a little bit harder. You punch a little bit harder, you pull a little bit more hair. I think that's what, when we lose those stupid games like we did last year. We lost week 18 again, and it was dumb. We didn't have anything to play for, but
nothing to play for anyway. But so that puts us in on my team. It puts us at 11-6, which is what won the division last year. Philly won 11-6, and it's crazy is only 3 teams had a better record than 11-6 in the whole NFC, and all of them were in the NFC West. The Seahawks, Rams, and 49ers all won 12 games, and then the Bears and Eagles won 11, and then everybody else was nobody won 10. So it was a bunch of teams with 9 below like us, and it was 5 teams above 11. So 2 at 11, 2 at 12, and 1 at 14. So I think that'll be good enough to win the division.
6, win division.
Yeah, and winning the division.
I think we're going to be 12-5. I think we win the division. I think it's going to be close at the end because I think that the division is going to be good. But I also think that we are going to be. I don't think we're going to have a bye or anything. I don't think a 12-5 or 11-6.
Yeah, I don't think we'll.
We're going to play wild card games, and then
I think we're going to do that. I don't see us being a one or 2 seed. I don't see that at all.
I don't see us missing the playoffs this year.
Oh no, I don't see us missing the playoffs either.
I also think that. What was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say while you were talking. Gosh, I'll remember it.
I still think we have one more impact signing to do, either before the season starts, like how we did Clowney during training camp. I think we have one, not a camp body. I mean, somebody that can actually come in and help.
Yeah, big
whether it be, man, I hope it's not due to injury. I hope it's just somebody who's available, like a June 1st person or a surprise release, or somebody. It's a lot of names on the free agent list that are still used to be somebody's. Like, they can come in and give us 40% of the snaps or whatever and still be a contributor, just not the star that they used to be. Like how we brought in Clowney. He used to be an all-the-time player, or a Fowler, all-the-time player, but then they come in and be role players. We have one more signing like that in us, and I see it coming.
I think so.
I don't know who yet.
I think we're going to sign a corner or a linebacker or a tight end or a running back. Those 4. But I remembered what I was going to say. What I was going to say is the schedulers, or when things are put up, and then we look at, oh my God, we got to play these teams, and look how good they were last year. We have to take that with a grain of salt too, right? Because it goes both ways. Like the teams that have us scheduled, they're like, oh, look at us, we got the Cowboys this year. They fucking sucked last year. Yeah, good. I'm glad that you are confident in that, because we're not the same team even a little bit than we were last year, right? So some of the teams that we might be excited about, that we just went through and we're like, oh yeah, we're going to beat the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans might be sitting in the locker room, and the coaches might go, look how fucking good we are this year. So the whole point of this is that we're just like at the draft, we're guessing, we're going off of historical data, we're going off of our gut. Realistically, it could be opposite of this. We could go 17-0. We could go 0-17. I think that you and I are really close. I think we think a lot alike when it comes to things like this. And 11-6 and 12-5 are right on par with each other. I think we're going to make the playoffs, and I think you and I should be on the staff at some point.
One of the best things Jimmy Johnson ever said that I like is, he always said that people always say, oh, how are we going to be better than last year? How are we going to be better than last year? And he was like, we don't have to be better than last year. We just have to be better than everybody else this year. Like if we're better than last year, but everybody else is way better, then we could still possibly be in the same spot. We could be worse than last year, but still better than everybody else and still win. So it's not like a thing where we have to be better than last year. We just got to be better than everybody else this year. We got to catch people at the right time, with the right injuries, the right distractions, they're not playing well, their offense not gelling. If we can catch those and build up our momentum, get our communication down, then we can be a good team without having to be top notch on offense or top notch on defense, to where we can have a bad game and still win by a field goal because we did the right things, had the right coaching, did the right execution at the right time, things like that. All those go into a season. That's why it's so long, so drawn out, and that's why bettors make a lot of money.
It's exciting though, and we're right around the corner with OTAs. I mean, it starts like June 15th or something.
Almost there. All right, so y'all drop y'all prediction. What you think we're going to be? I say 11-6, and that's a 4-game improvement. You said 12-5. That's a 5-game improvement. No ties this year. We're gonna be better.
I'm just gonna play that new Jerry quote that he had in that press conference, and he's like, "We drafted 9 new players, we brought in 9 new coaches." Like he just listed out why this is not the same team as last year. 12-5, yeah. If we didn't make any moves and we were saying we're going to be 11-6 to 12-5, people would laugh our ass off. But it's going to be different.
We didn't go all in, but compared to last year, this is all in. So we're good. Let's see.
We went in as much as we could with what we had
to
spend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. We didn't have 8 inches. We only had 6. So we went in with all we had. Anyway,
we had McDonald's money. We got McDonald's at home.
All right, man. We've been on here a long time. Let's get on out. Let's go get some dinner.
You know how it is.
Tell people goodbye.
Hey, make sure that you are being kind. And we didn't say Happy Mother's Day last week to all the mothers out there. We love you. We wouldn't be here without you guys. You guys are special in all of our hearts. We love you. I love you, Mom.
Amen.
DC for life.
Amen. Happy Mother's Day. We'll holler at you next week.